And welcome back to the channel. Mr. Acolyte here, coming at you with another match review, and this is going to be a very special one. This is going to be the very first ever match review of the very first ever Marvel Tokon tournament. That's right, this game, even though it's only been in beta form for a day, it already had its first high level tournament. We're going to be breaking down that footage today, but before we do, be sure to head on over to TNS, Tampa Never Sleeps, and make sure you give them a subscribe and a like. Fantastic channel. Also check out their Twitch. I mean, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you already know who TNS is, but just in case you don't, they're like the go-to fellas for streaming tournaments, and honestly, they just help keep games alive. Yeah, be sure to give TNS a look. Be sure to give them a like and all that stuff, and let's go ahead and jump into the review. All right, here we go. This is grand finals. We got Diaphone versus K7. I'm pretty sure you've already heard of those players multiple times. They are very well-known players from multiple games, both very, very strong tournament players. Let's see how they do here. Also keep in mind, again, this is a beta with 1 day of play as of the time of this recording, so try not to, overly criticize anything you see here, because these guys are playing off of just, a couple of hours. But that's not to say they're not impressive. Everything they do here is crazy, but just, yeah, keep that in mind that they're playing at this level already with just a few hours on the game, which is crazy. All right, so we already see an air assist call. So I right off the bat, before we get into this, just in case you've never seen this game in your life, I just want to point out the most important thing to keep track of while you're watching are the available assists. So if you look up at Diaphone, right, he's only got Doom available, who he just ended up calling. As the match progresses, you unlock your other members. You unlock them by either triggering a wall break or a wall splat. And then you also get one when you lose a round. So when the match starts, the first focus is trying to break the wall as soon as possible, because you want your teammates. Because every time you get a new teammate, it also gives you more meter. If you look underneath the health bar, you'll see the assemble gauge. That gauge lets you extend your combos and your block strings. So you get a extra one every time you get another character. And then if you look at the super bar at the bottom, your super bar lets you do supers and EX moves. That also gets extended when you get a new assist. So wall breaks are very, very important, and it's what the players are going to be fishing for when the match starts. So the Spencer Arms gives Miss Marvel a lot of maneuverability. That was actually pretty crazy right there. Diaphone, he sort of like option selected that. He went for a momentum jump here because he thought K7 might shoot again, but K7 ended up jumping, and Diaphone immediately reacted to the incoming attack with an air throw. That was a really good reaction. And take a look at how much damage that did. Air throws in this game really hurt. I mean, throws in general in this game hurt. You do not want to get thrown. Diaphone covers the wake up with Doom, goes for the overhead, he gets blocked. K7, though, answers back with his own overhead, gets the hit. Dante extension did not have an assist to continue that. And that right there is this game's guard cancel. And here it's called a crossover. As long as you have an assist and an assemble gauge available, you can crossover. The crossover can be countered, but only if the opponent has crossover gauge. So there's pretty much nothing K7 could have done about this. This was like a, kind of like a guaranteed get off me, since K7 had already used his assist. Right there, right, oh, that right there, that is an air assist. Right there, K7 called Captain America while airborne. If you call your assist in the air, it becomes an air assist. And that's used to cut people's jumps off. So you can see here, K7 called it while I was in the air, Cap throws the shield, and then K7 runs under it. This is to prevent Diaphone from being able to jump again. Ooh, Spencer into the grab. Not close enough to break the wall, though. Crossover, get off of me. Ooh, 2H anti-air. That is the universal anti-air in this game. 2H is going to stop incoming jumps. Now, you saw Iron Man pop up. So because K7 lost that round, he now has Iron Man on his team. So now K7 has more assists and meter and gauge to work with. He's already going to town. On top of Diaphone here. If he gets this wall break, he'll have a full team. Oh, so rather than break the wall, he made a judgment call. He froze him and went for a reset. Star-Lord is a reset character. If he ends with his ice bullet, you end up in a standing frozen state. And yes, you can go for standing resets here. He goes for an empty low, but Diaphone does react and does a crossover at the same time. Good stuff. However, he does get landed on. Will he break the wall this time? Ooh, so that was combo limit. Yeah, right there. K7 did a little bit too long of a route here. Usually in this game, you don't want to do too long of a solo route. You want to use your assists to extend, because if you don't, you hit limit soon. But that wasn't really K7's fault. If you look at his assemble gauge, it wasn't ready. So there wasn't really a way for him to extend there because he didn't have the gauge for it. So he was bound to run into a combo limit. Diaphone answering back. Might get the wall break here. Yep. Diaphone, he's now going to add Storm to his team. Yep, we see Storm coming in. He's now got 3 characters. Combo breaks right there. Overhead gets blocked. Nice stuff. Punish it with the grab. Ooh, and the grab triggered a wall splat. So now he has Doom. K7 now has his full squad. Grenade toss gets punished. Overhead whiffs. Anti-air assist came out. Chucks him again. So now that they got the full squad out, now would be a good time to talk about what the assists actually do. So all 4 characters now, you can see them all lit up. The first character, the first assist, the one on the right. So on Diaphone's side, let's look at Diaphone for example. So Doom would be assist number 1. Assist number 1 is always going to be a neutral assist. It's going to be like a beam or something that reaches full screen. That's to help you, like, you know, get in and control the neutral. Assist number 2, that's the bottom one, Storm. That is the anti-air assist. That assist is always going to go up at an angle, keep people out of the air. And then assist number 4, that is the unique assist. That's always going to be something unique to the character. Those are pretty much, in my opinion, the best assists in the game because each character does something kind of crazy. For Iron Man, he does a slow missile barrage that works really good at neutral and especially on Oki. And for Dr. Doom on K7's side, he targets you with a laser that like tracks. It's sort of like hidden missiles. It targets you with a laser, and then after like 2 seconds, a beam comes out of the sky that like locks the opponent down. Unique assists are very strong, so that's one of the best reasons to get your full team out. Also, look at the gauge. They have a lot of gauge to work with now. 3 assemble bars mean that you can extend the heck out of your combo, which K7 started to do right there. I like that empty jump into the throw. Boom, boom. Yeah, he spent 2 bars right there, but then he gets 2H for his troubles. Now, he doesn't have any assemble gauge. So that means he cannot counter. Oh, he's got 1 now. Overhead, extended. Knocking him down. So yeah, right there, you can see it. So that was a decision moment right here. So Diaphone gets the knockdown, and instead of spending his assemble gauge to extend the combo any further, he simply takes the knockdown and then calls Iron Man's unique assist to lock him down with the missile barrage. Really nice stuff there. K7 with the Dante extension here. Is he going to spend another one? Yep, spent 2 assemble gauges, but the combo does drop. Wakes up into the armor move, gets him off of me with the TAC. Spencer. Man, yeah, that was a really good example of the anti-air assist. K7 runs up, blocks, calls the anti-air assist. It actually knocks Diaphone's assist off the screen. K7 goes back in for pressure. Overhead gets blocked. Spins a bar to get the Doom extension. Wow, Spencer into 2H. That should be enough. Send him down. Almost. Wake up level 3. Absolutely dead. Wake up level 3 is really strong in this game, by the way. So far, from what I've noticed and experienced, wake up level 3 happens really fast. You got to be careful. One more round for Diaphone. 2 more for K7. What are we going to do? Doom Beam. Clips the ankles there. Sending him down. K7 spending all his assemble gauge into super. Gonna blow him through the wall here. This is gonna reset the neutral. Huge damage, but we're back at neutral now. It's not like Strive. You do not get a hard knockdown for breaking the wall with super. You go right back to neutral. Man, that was a lot of assists on the screen right there. You love to see it. Right there, Diaphone he queued up, I should say, the Iron Man slow missiles, and then did the air doom beam to make sure that K7 could not get out of the way. And with all that happening, he gets the pickup. Yeah, once you have your full team, you can really go crazy. Once again, he takes the knockdown, queues up the Iron Man unique assist, but I like the added extra layer here. He backdashes when he calls Iron Man to catch the forward roll. So just in case K7 would have rolled, he would have been right in the position. And once he realized K7 didn't roll, he just runs back in. Overhead. Send him down, back into the same situation. He once again backed up just in case K7 tried to roll. When he saw the roll didn't go through, he just grabs him, and he grabbed him and threw him mid-screen. Did not want to break the wall there. Whoa, and then yeah, right there, K7 said, I'm calling everybody. He calls neutral assist first, then he queues up unique assist, then he runs up and blocks and calls anti-air assist just in case Diaphone tries to get away. Now with all that happening, he finally goes for the pressure and locks him into the Doom Laser. Overhead. Again, you can see it now. When you have all 3 assists available, you are powerful. 3 assists and 3 assemble bars, you are powerful. Picks him up. Send him down. Right there, yeah, once again, Diaphone, you saw the movement. He's waiting to see what direction is K7 going to tech. K7 does not tech anywhere, so he goes immediately for the overhead. Overhead gets blocked. K7 is now taking his turn. Jumps over the barrage of assist, but does get caught landing. Send him down. Covers the wake up again. Iron Man catches the ankles. Down. Yeah, that was getting so spicy. He sends him down, covers the roll with Iron Man, jumps, does air beam just in case K7 tried to jump, and now this would just be all a bunch of stuff that K7 has to block, but K7 opted to do a crossover to get out of that. Whoa, and then after the cross-up hit, K7 ran underneath him and then slid into his ankles. Cheap. Ooh, Stun Dipper whiffs though. It whiffs, and unfortunately for him, he gets wake up level 3'd. My man's about to get flicked. Bop. Game 1 goes to Diaphone. Man, that was a close one. That was an intense game. All right, game number 2. This is a 1st to 3. Let's see what we got. Back to neutral. So you saw how crazy things are when they have the full team unlocked. We're back to just 1 assist apiece. So things are going to be a little bit more quaint. Happy birthday. Look at that damage, man. The damage on a happy birthday in this game is obscene. You basically take like double damage. Like, you got to be really careful not to get hit by when your assist is starting up. Nice. Nice block on the overhead once again. Nice break on the grab. Diaphone. Being a brick wall. Does get hit eventually, but man, he stopped a lot of offense right there. Combo limit. Very nice neutral right there. Landed on him. That was a little unfortunate. 2H did not connect. That was like a DBFZ moment. You know, the forward jump to jump over the beam style move. IAD is gonna crush the low. Gonna send him down. Can probably kill off of this. Level 1, is it gonna kill? Yep, and a wall break. So man, that's really good for K7. He got the kill and he assembled right there. But that's gonna be an auto assemble for Diaphone too. So let's see what we got. Yeah, once the second assist gets unlocked, I feel like the game gets a lot more real, because now you have 2 assemble bars. You just become much more threatening. Overhead. I like the fake out there, the hop. Ooh, overhead connects that time. Nice counter. Roll does get him out of dodge right there. Spencer. Oh, man, nice use of the anti-air assist. I really like the timing on that. Good pickup, too. Nice. That was really good stuff. Wall transition, so K7 now has his full team available. Beat Diaphone to the punch. However, Diaphone takes the round. K7, though, now has his full team. What are we going to do? We are trading. Send him down. Assist extension. Gonna be able to send him down again. Oh, level 3 this time. Well, not level 3, but super. Send him through the wall. We're going back to neutral off of this. Spencer. Overhead gets blocked. Crossover. Picked him up with the Spencer. Loops. Send him down. What do we do with this? Call the assist. Big throw. We're going to transition again. Now he's got his full team. Both players have their full team. I don't know why I keep saying characters. Both players have their full team now. I like the attempt there. He went for anti-air shot into Doom, but Diaphone stayed grounded in that situation. He's moving in now, though. Because, yeah, when that Doom assist comes out, you basically have to make a decision. Because, again, if you just stay where you are, it's going to shoot you. But if you keep moving, it loses tracking on you. So it's basically up to the opponent to lock you into place for the laser to come down on you. Crossover, get off of me. Spencer into 2H, man, that's been working. Ball transition, we're back to neutral once again. Wow, the jump over the beam, I love it. Jumps over beam directly into level 3. What a punish here. So dead. About to get flicked. That's insane. What do we got? K7's got a lot of meter. He's got the meter advantage. Oh my god, look how many characters are on screen right now. Everybody get out here, assemble. So yeah, right there you saw it, K7 trying to lock him down to make sure he stays within that laser. Diaphone does get out though by air teching forward. Assist extension catches up with the tumble. Dante. Wall splat. Whoa, man, that's crazy. He knew he could get that there. So yeah, this is another good thing to talk about here. Once you reach the true wall, so the way it works is you have the middle stage, you have a stage to the right and a stage to the left. Once you get to the stage on the right, if you go further to the right, you just hit the wall. And when you knock somebody to the wall, they go into a wall splat state, just like Strive, and you can either continue the combo, just like Strive, or you can do nothing and they'll slide down and you get a hard knockdown, just like Strive. So right here, K7 opts to take the wall slump, but he was not meaty enough here, so Diaphone was able to wake up 2H anti-air him. Send him down. Iron Man. Command, well, not command grab, but grab punish. Anti-air storm. We're doing the Spencer thing. Doom laser pickup. Picks up off the tumble. That's an easy kill right there. All right, tied up. Who's gonna take it? Iron Man assist gets interrupted into a happy birthday. Luckily for K7, Iron Man falls out. Oh, there we go. That was our first time seeing it. So that time, K7's on the offensive here. Diaphone goes for a guard cancel, but he counters it. If you perfect timing counter their crossover, you get a crossover counter, and look underneath Diaphone's health bar, you get disassembled. Now you gotta wait for that bar to fill up all the way before you're allowed to call an assist again. This is the equivalent to a snap in Marvel or DBFZ. You are unable to call assists and you're just on your own now. This situation is brutal. And look, that freezes the gauge too. But Diaphone going in. Going in. Cut. Whoa. Man, he said I may be disassembled, but I don't care. Still covers the wake up into overhead and it connects. Iron Man's back. And the throw. Whoa. Diaphone fought his way out of the disassemble to take the second game. Sheesh. One game away from taking the first tournament. Oh, the footage. Oh, okay. Footage got corrupted. They had to use Diaphone's channel. Yeah, make sure you check out Diaphone's channel. I guess like the rest of the match footage is going to come from Diaphone. I mean, you probably already subscribed to Diaphone, right? I mean, Diaphone's the GOAT. If you're not, go check out his channel on YouTube. Yeah, it looks like I'm co-streaming with Diaphone right now. First big opening. Oh, that actually transitioned. Nice. Storm has been assembled. Almost punished the beam again. Diaphone's been really good about that. Catches the ankles. Grab loops. And man, we are fully assembled. Wow, this is like the most ideal situation. Getting fully assembled off like the first interaction is so powerful. Taking the wall splat. This is demonic. This is actually demonic. He takes the wall splat here, queues up Iron Man first because Iron Man is a slow assist, but then queues up the Storm anti-air assist and jumps to make it ambiguous, and the missiles are coming. Diaphone absolutely understands the assignment. Assist extension there, use a little bit of a symbol gauge, and yeah, that was, whoa. That was oppression. That was full-on oppression right there. K7's gonna have to fight back here. Gets shot by an air assist there. That was an air call. Call the assist in the air. It becomes a air version. Iron Man started doing the missiles, did the beam. Once again, lands on him for trying to control the neutral with projectiles. Diaphone's been very good about that. Takes the knockdown, calls Iron Man on wake up, goes for the overhead. Throw. Yeah, I feel like Diaphone is completely controlling the pace right now, like 100%. Assists everywhere, holy cow. Nice block on the overhead, but wow, that time he does overhead and then spins some assemble gauge here to cover it, so he did not lose his turn there. K7 tried to swing, but it was still his turn. Covers the wake up once again with Iron Man, and with a backdash into Iron Man, overhead, missiles are coming. Gets the pickup. Drop gives K7 one more chance here. Anti-air assist. Air to air. Man, Diaphone, he's on a streak. He might understand the assignment a bit too well. Both called their anti-air assist and they clash together. That's crazy. What are the odds that they both call anti-air at the same time? Iron Man wins out though. Brother, they're on the same wavelength here. Look at this. They both called anti-air assist. That clash, they backed off, and they both called neutral assist. Get off of me. Blocks the overhead. Crossover, gets countered again. Yeah, K7's got those. It's going to be hard. Man, imagine, I feel like in 2 months, like once the game is out, like 2 months that the game's been out, crossover is going to be so dangerous to do, like at a mid to high level. Bust out level 3. Like at a mid to high level, and especially at high level, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be like trying to DI somebody in Street Fighter 6. You're taking a little bit of a risk. Elemental Outlaw did not freeze him there. Send him down. Dante. Dante. If this isn't dead, it's going to be close. Oh, no, he did the version that did not break the wall on purpose. Smart stuff from K7. Calling all his assists. Everybody get in here. Counters right there. Oh, double overhead. Diabolical. Wakes up buttons, and it gets the kill. K7 got another chance. Wow, what a read. Just does run up air grab. He knew. How did he know? He knew. Stand on top of him with the Iron Man unique. Ooh, that time it was Diaphone's turn to cancel the guard cancel. Boom, crossover defended. He is disassembled. Not gonna be able to do anything for quite a while. If that would have picked up, that would have been so crazy. Okay, disassemble almost over. Okay, he's back now. So guard cancel's back on the table, as are assist calls. But is it too late? Is it too late? This could be it. Assist extension, big fist, big hands, bop, transition. Come on. Oh, and the low Diaphone clutches out the first ever Tokon tournament. Man, yeah, that was a fun set. Even though I mean, it's the classic, right? Like, it's what we always say, but it always ends up being true. Like, it was 3-0, but it always felt close. Like, every match was like coming down to the wire, and it really was like a back and forth. I feel like the turning point was just this last game right here. Like I said, Diaphone really understood the assignment. Like, at the end here, it was just putting on a showcase of how to pressure and trap an opponent in this game, because man, this seems to be the most beneficial area in this game, because if you're on a transition wall, you're constantly resetting the game back to neutral. But if you're on this true wall, as you can see right here, you truly get pressured, and this is very hard to get out of, because especially right here, because it's almost, you almost got to kind of feel bad for the person in this situation, because look, K7 only has access to one assemble bar, so that means he only has one chance at a guard cancel. So yeah, you got to be very careful. You can definitely get steamrolled in this game if you are, you know, not careful. But what's good is it won't last for long, because when you lose a round, you become a lot stronger. You automatically get another team member, so it all balances out in the end. But yeah, good stuff to both players, K7 and Diaphone. This was really fun to watch. Man, I can't wait for this game to fully release. And man, you just imagine how crazy this game's gonna be like when the full cast is out and people have had a chance to, you know, actually go into the lab and practice, and you know, all the tech that's gonna be there. And oh yeah, also if you're wondering, you know, these two weren't tagging. That's probably going to come up. I'm going to predict that in the comments. People are going to talk about how they're not tagging. Yeah, they weren't tagging, and that's just because it's early. There's no training mode in the beta, and right now it's just easier to play this game as a 1v1 with tag than it is to tag and do active tag stuff. That's just like harder to do. It's just easier to play like this. So obviously that's why they're doing. I mean, this is tournament. You're trying to win. You're not trying to look pretty. So the future of the game, in my opinion, will be that, though. Like, active tag is going to be very, very, very powerful in the future. But keep in mind, this was a one-day beta with no training mode. So expecting people to do a bunch of like crazy optimal stuff was not going to happen. But even with that stipulation, I feel like the level of play we saw here was really fun to watch. And with that, we have reached the end of this review. Thanks for listening, guys. I am going to be on the lookout for when this game fully releases, because I cannot wait to play more of it. Again, go check out Tampa Never Sleeps and Diaphone and K7's channels. Big shout out to them. So we had something to actually review here. Let me know what you guys think. Are you looking forward to Tokon? Were you able to play the beta? I love hearing from you guys. Let me know what you think. But as always, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.